Hello, my name is Francis Coliato, your Executive Director at Visual Communications. In our work to create spaces for expression, engagement, and empowerment, VC and our partners proudly present the Asian Pacific Virtual Showcase. It is our hope that this showcase of our stories will be a start for audiences to rediscover our humanity. In solidarity with our partners, our collective movements not only exhibit actions towards diversity, equity, and inclusion, but our anti-racist work to uplift storytellers who use the power of media to dismantle supremacist structures. Thank you for joining us today as we continue to move forward in uplifting and connecting our communities. Welcome to the Asian Pacific Virtual Showcase.
Hi, my name is Alika Maikau. I'm wearing a plaid white and red shirt that my girlfriend bought me, and a hat from a Blazers game in a white room in Nu'uanu from Oahu, Nu'uanu, Oahu. And I am the writer and co-director along with Jonah Okano of MAUKA to MAKAI, now playing in the Asian Pacific Virtual Showcase.
Hi guys, I am Holden Mandrial-Santos. I'm wearing a gray shirt. This is a beanie, and I'm in a white room, also calling from Nu'uanu, Oahu. Perhaps in the same apartment as Alika, maybe not. And I am the co-lead in MAUKA to MAKAI, currently playing in the Asian Pacific Virtual Showcase.
Cool, I guess I'm starting. So, Holden, for the audiences at home, in your words, can you tell us what MAUKA to MAKAI is about?
Oh man, for my perspective, and us going into writing and stuff like that, I think it's just it's a telling of a real story here in Hawaii that people from all over the world, I feel like, can relate to, in different aspects, whether it be the community that they're in, the friends and family that they're around, the struggles that they're going through and experiencing. But yeah, it's about, two guys growing up in Kaneohe, and going through what I guess a day in the life would be for them, perhaps in not the best predicament, but yeah, just a snapshot of Hawaii and Kaneohe that maybe is not showcased in other potential projects. What inspired you to make MAUKA to MAKAI?
Well, a lot of what you just said. I mean, I, like you, grew up in Kaneohe, went to a Huimanu King to Castle, hit the holy trifecta. You went to Kahalu.
I went to Kahalu, so yeah, ended up at the same spot. It's cool.
And yeah, I mean, the story is just born out of like stuff that we were around, we saw, friends that we saw, maybe getting a little, dabbling with things that maybe they shouldn't have been. And sometimes I was very interested in how some of our friends were able to dabble and come out okay, and some of them weren't. So that's part of it. I mean, a lot of this film is inspired by you, inspired by living with you. I mean, I started writing the script when we moved in together in St. Louis Heights. And so the more I hung around you, the more I felt like, oh, I think this guy might have what it takes to shoulder a movie. So I just wrote the character around you, and we went from there. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that was a great time. Definitely a great time. And just being able to share the stories that, I could share with you that, permeated into the film and the writing process and everything. But yeah, when did you decide to become a filmmaker?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't know if there was like any one moment where I was like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do, but I had always been interested in writing. Like in Castle, it was the only thing that I wasn't terrible at. So I had Miss Lee as an English teacher. Did you have?
I didn't have
Oh,
Miss Lee. I didn't have
sorry.
Miss Lee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr.
I had Mr. Floor, and he flunked me.
I had him as a journalism teacher, me and Tyler. So,
Mm.
but yeah, I mean, that was always kind of my interest. And then when I went to UH, I found out they had this new film program, and it felt like, oh, I can kind of take the writing thing and also add my other influences of music and culture and just like things that I would want to see in something. And you know, ACM just really sort of nurtured that. And the first film I ever did starred Kavika and Tyler. This, I don't know if you remember the spray painting one where Kavika's like spray painting and then
Oh yeah, the fight one.
yeah.
Right?
So shot that at the Haiti pillboxes, and it's kind of been yeah, just kept at it ever since. So yeah. Um, anyways, Mauka is one of our, I mean, it is our first project together. Was what do you like about the acting process?
Oh man, it's hard to say how, you know, specifically about the acting process, because it's, I don't know, I'm still, I don't understand it. It's just, you know, with this and then with Molokai Bound, it's like I'm just trying to portray the story of the person that I'm trying to portray, that I'm referencing to in my life, you know. So I'm just trying to recreate yeah, the experience I had with that person and what I thought of that person. So, you know, this one, or in Malka and in Molokai Bound, like they're based on people that were very close to me in my life, and perhaps, you know, other influences as well. But just trying to, well, I guess in my process or whatever, yeah, just trying to be as true to the story that I know for these characters, and just trying to bring truth to that.
Well, I mean, that's a great answer, and it's like clearly you have thought about. I mean, it just your answer really tells me that you think about a lot about it. So, but I think what you're able to do really well is I don't think you like overthink it. You just kind of you know, tap into something and let it happen. So, I think that's a really cool thing that I've noticed with you.
Sorry, my cat's kind of getting a little
I get it.
feisty over here.
I mean, we'll have to put her in the next movie.
Yeah.
Uh, so on top of that, what's your favorite scene in the film and why?
Man, okay. So I have two. So I think my favorite scene that we did, or just the process of, was the one where we had to figure out something to leave the party, right? Where that was on the fly, and you know, that felt the most exciting,
Yeah,
and just the way that it turned out, and the flow of everything, you know, everybody was kind of just in the zone and knew we had to make something, and had to make sure it worked for the story, and it happened, and it ended up in there.
yeah,
But I think my favorite scene, and you know, of course, is the last tutu scene, because yeah, that's a very yeah, it's a very close to home scene, and I'm really close with my grandma, and you know, that conversation has happened more than once with, you know, the people that I am referencing to for the film, and you know, even myself and stuff. So it's a very close to home, very real for me. And so that was probably one of my favorite scenes. To ask you the same, what's your favorite scene from the film, and why?
well, just to, I mean, circle back to what you just said. I mean, you know, when I first finished writing the script and I read that with you, or you read it for the first time, I mean, I think when you got to that scene in the end, like it really resonated with you. And we hadn't talked about that, you know, like that scene at all. So like to see it, for me to see how it resonated with you, really let me know, like, okay, like this is gonna work. Holden's, I mean, you're the only person that can do this. I already, that's what I knew. So for sure, that's like a really special scene. And I mean, my favorite scene is probably the pier scene,
Mm,
just because like that's like more than anything in the movie, that's what I had envisioned when I wrote it. Like that's what I thought that it could look like. And so like to see, you know, the way that it turned out, the way that Eliana shot it, and you know, the way that I me and Jonah sort of figured that out, and just you and Kavika just had such a natural chemistry in that moment. I think it really shows. So yeah, that's definitely my favorite.
I think visually that one sticks out to me. That one and everything leading up to that, like the montage. That I think that one, yeah, that really like sticks out to me in my memory.
Nice.
Alika, what were you like as a kid?
Oh man, I mean, I was a pretty, you know, positive, upbeat kid. I liked sports. I just liked running around. I liked playing basketball and throwing footballs and riding bikes and exploring my backyard. I mean, I was fortunate enough to live pretty close to the Ko'olaus, so I just really liked, I've always liked going into the wilderness and kind of being by myself and doing my own things. So I had a pretty good childhood. Yeah, I was lucky. What were you like as a kid?
Oh man, I don't well, I guess yeah, I guess growing up in Kahalu and with my family, my generally a nuclear family, or you know who I was around, it's kind of young family, so my uncles and stuff, like you know, so it's kind of just like thrust into that world. Like you're just kind of around all these people, and it's like you're this kid around like you know my uncles, and you know they're running around doing whatever they're doing, and yeah, it was interesting. I think I grew up just playing video games and just being kind of like you know to myself, but just experiencing this world that was around me and just taking it in, and um, yeah, just being around my family mostly. I just was around my family all the time. We used to go to the beach all the time. We lived right next to the park. I can't even think of the name of the park. It's just the park. Um, but yeah, just a lot of family time. I think I was just a quiet kid. I would say I was a pretty quiet kid. Yeah.
Big question. You can only use one word to describe Hawaii. What would it be?
Man, that's a big question. Uh, I don't, hmm, but pride. I would say pride. So I'm proud of where I'm from. Definitely proud of what we're doing. I know a lot of people in Hawaii are very proud of being Hawaiian, and you know being in this community that we're in, and I'm proud of you know our community in general. I feel like we're as a whole, Hawaii is pretty you know accepted of like all different cultures and backgrounds, and um, yeah, definitely proud of that, and just yeah, how accepting everyone is in our community. And Alika, what would your one word be to be described Hawaii?
Oh man. Uh, I mean, the same. Like I just feel like immense pride and honor to be to have grown up here in this multicultural, um, you know, melting pot, being, you know, part Hawaiian, part Japanese, Chinese, white. Like it's so normal here, and I know that it's not normal everywhere else. So I really feel very grateful for that. If I feel grateful to have grown up in Kaneohe and to be here now telling these stories about, you know, stories that we really care about. And, um, you know, because you and I grew up here, I feel like we really want to get it right when we, you know, portray these stories. So yeah, I'm just proud to be able to do that.
Surprise personal question. Whoa. Hmm. What NBA player would you cast to play myself in a film?
That is a great question. Oh my God. God, that's the greatest question I've ever been asked. First of all, I was not KD. No, you're not KD, because KD got all the burners and stuff, and
Yeah.
burners. I think you would fire directly. So I mean, I'd probably just have to get Braun. I mean, just you know, he's coming off of Space Jam, and I think you and I are excited to watch that when it comes out. So I'm sure he can do it. I'm sure he could play Holden Mandrial-Santos. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What professional skater would you cast to play me in a movie?
Kyle Walker out the top.
Nice.
Kyle Walker. Easy call.
I love that. I feel that.
Kyle Walker's the Braun of skateboarding. So let's go.
Hey, it's not Nigel. Nigel's KD, baby. Oh man. What is your favorite movie that you can watch over and over?
Man, that's hard. Friday.
Good answer.
Yeah. Oh, same for yourself.
Man, you know, The Beach Bum. We usually watch that together. It just makes me so happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great movie. Which would you rather do? Go on a hike, go out to the club, or go to sleep?
I think, yeah, as I mentioned earlier, as a kid, I've always been into hiking. So I'm definitely still into hiking. And Holden, which would you rather do? Hike, nightclub?
Man, I don't know. Bike ride.
Okay.
Go on a bike ride, maybe. Yeah. No nightclubs right now.
Oh, okay. What's one of your favorite restaurants' recommended dishes?
Dang. That's a heavy question. That's a heavy question. A lot of great restaurants out there. Right now I'm real into Mamo's. It's a pizza spot in Chinatown. They have I think it's a Detroit style pizza. It's the square pizza. That's the one. That's at the top of the list right now. What about you? Favorite restaurant recommended dish? Where are we going?
God, I gotta say, I mean, I guess also Chinatown. I've been really feeling Rangoon. So, coconut. Wait, is the coconut curry? I think that was good with the coconut rice. Yeah. I'm really feeling Burmese food. Like I've not had a bad meal at Rangoon.
That's a good one. They got a good spicy lamb. Yeah, they got a good menu there.
Do you eat the cheese salad? Because I like it.
Oh yes.
really good, but it's caffeinating to me. I'm like, I feel like I just drank coffee when I ate it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I have that weird. Maybe now. Maybe if now if I eat it, since I'm not drinking caffeine. Yeah. Sounds good though. Good salad. Uh, who encourages you in your art? Where is your artist community?
I mean, you know, just living in Hawaii encourages me and inspires me. Like all of the work is just a reflection of the people that I grew up with and still am around here. So, you know, that's what keeps me going. I'm just constantly learning about this place. I've lived here like my whole life, and I still feel like there's always so. Um, yeah, that's what encourages me, and that's the community too. It's the same thing. So yeah. Who encourages you in your art, and who is your artist community?
Man, that's hard because yeah, in this realm, yeah, I guess in terms of acting, I'm very new to acting. Whoever's watching this, so this isn't my community. I'm really not in this community. Um,
I mean,
but
I'm in it now because you're about to be in three. I mean, you're in about to be in a lot of movies, but
I guess in terms of the film community, obviously everybody that is putting out work, um, it's just exciting to see things coming out of Hawaii, and seeing, you know, fresh perspectives and stuff like that. Before I met you, um, I just had this perception of like, you know, local Hawaiian films or Hawaii films just kind of maybe not portraying the things that I wanted to see, or the things that are important to me about Hawaii. But then, you know, working with you on the first project and then seeing what you're doing and then seeing what was going on outside of just this circle, that was really encouraging to me. And it showed that there was a passion there, and there was, you know, there were people that were trying to speak their voice, and we're just, they were doing it, you know, and that is what it's important to me. And that's what encourages me and keeps me in this community, is just telling the stories that are important, yeah, to me and to my friends, and what's really going on around us and what's happening here and now, you know. And just showing that, you know, there's this other side to Hawaii that isn't really portrayed in the media, and it's important for us to be able to speak our own voice and to kind of tell the stories, yeah, like I said, that are important to us, and to kind of, you know, build a platform to where we can speak on those things.
great answer. What is something that I don't know about you?
Oh man, I don't know. Uh, um,
PG
I don't
13.
know. Did you know I was in Kiki Hula?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
We know
Dang
each
it,
other.
I can't stump you on this one, I don't think. You know, I had red hair growing up in
Oh,
middle school.
I know that.
I
Oh,
had long red hair in middle school.
what?
Yeah. Like Mike G, long hair, but red.
Oh my God. I gotta see some pictures.
Yeah, what's something I don't know about you?
Um, I had a bowl cut in sixth grade. I was like highlighted, like what is sun in? Yeah, I was like all about the sun in for a couple of years there. I mean, you know how it is. Doesn't everybody in Hawaii have a sun in face?
Yeah,
I,
shell necklace, let's go.
I there's a picture of me with a shell necklace. It is what it is. I'm not I feel like we know each other so well. It's really hard. I mean,
Bring
we've
it back.
Together for like almost, 4 years now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, if you could describe me in one word, what would you use?
Multi-talented.
I was hoping for banga, but I didn't get that.
Oh, in one word, what would it be?
Banga. Yes.
Yes.
Uh,
That was
thanks
fun.
for jumping on the call. That was fun. That was definitely fun. Thank you everyone here for having us. And yeah, look forward to future projects, maybe doing another one of these. I don't know, who knows?
Yeah. Yes, we're super grateful that you guys had us, and we are actually working on a project right now in post that Holden was a huge part of, supporting actor, co-lead. I mean, you're second billing in the film, but we're in post right now, and honestly, I hope to be, at Los Angeles Asian Pacific Festival with the film next year. So that's it's a little teaser. That's on the DL, but yeah, thanks for having us, and it was really fun. And Holden, it's always good to see you. It's been a very long time.
Yeah, it's been half an hour.
It's too long for me.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks guys.